Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, July 13th in the MLB. Our three best bets are on the way. It is Austin, joined by Logan. Worst part of the day, we have to do a recap of how we did yesterday, although I certainly tell you, Logan and I do not want to do that. This was an 0-4 day. Man, it feels like we get so close to getting to the break-even point, trying to get into the positives, and then just couple back-to-back bad days, and it just is brutal. And I'm not going to recap every single loss. It was just straight cake on the feed last night. Just terrible. And, it's honestly embarrassing how bad we have been so far this season. Still plenty of time to turn it around. We'll get 2 days before the All-Star break, Logan. Let's hopefully have 2 straight good days moving into, a couple days off, and hopefully we can continue that momentum, hopefully into the second half of the year. And let's just dive into the picks today. Let's bring some good vibes, bring some good energy. I'm going to start with the first one, a later game pick today. I think it's around 6:40. First pitch. Going to Twins money line. I'm taking them minus 115 on DraftKings as they're out in San Francisco taking on the Giants. Now, if you backed the Twins yesterday, you got wrecked yesterday. And I really would not back the Twins a ton with Joe Ryan on the mound. They just get priced a little bit too high and to where I think they are. Like they were like minus 150 yesterday. And Joe Ryan's good. I just don't think, he's deserving of that price. However, today they got Woods Richardson going for him. And I like this matchup today. I think we have the better pitcher on the mound. And I think we have the better bullpen rested. We have our high leverage guys, which we'll talk about in a second. And I think we have the better offense today. Now, like I said, Woods Richardson will go for the Twins. 3.48 ERA and a 1.11 whip. He's been pretty solid this series. I don't expect him to go out there and throw, 6 shutout innings, but maybe he gives up 2-3 earned runs. Hopefully that's the most he gives up. The Giants are likely to stack lefties. The Giants are a team, unlike a lot of others will, switch their lineups. The Giants do seem to be a lineup that switch a lot of guys in there, especially based on if they're facing a righty or a lefty. So likely stacking a lot of lefties today, and that's fine for us because Woods Richardson allowing a 188 batting average to lefties this season. He's been really good, and he's been good at getting out of jams. 213 batting average allowed with runners in scoring position, 179 with 2 outs. Now, yesterday, Twins obviously got smoked 7-1, and a lot of these games that you see come down to hits with runners in scoring position. Yesterday, you saw the Giants go 4 for 10. Well, are they going to duplicate that again? Because if so, then I probably wouldn't fade them. But same, you look at them Giants in July, 23rd in runners batting average with runners in scoring position, 26th in WRC plus. They just haven't been getting those timely hits consistently. Can they get them one game here and there? Yes. Can they do it consistently? I don't necessarily know, especially against a guy like Woods Richardson that's been good at stranding those guys. And on the other side, through the first 5, you're probably going to see Hayden Birdsong start for the Giants. Maybe they put out a guy to pitch the first inning and then maybe a reliever, and then they bring in Birdsong. I have no idea. He should be the guy that we see bulk for 4 or 5 innings. And this year, 4.4 ERA and a 1.53 whip. I mean, the whip's pretty high. The ERA is sitting in the mid 4s. He's only made 3 starts, so there's not a ton we can look at. But in those 3 starts, 3, 2, and 2 earned runs. That's been against the Cubs, Braves, and Guardians. But if you look at him, failed to make it past 5 innings in all those starts. I think he made it 4 2/3 a couple times, and 5 innings in one of them. So it's not going deep in the games. Giving up 6, 4, 5 hits, 3, 2, and 2 walks. I mean, he's got an 11.3 walk percentage. So he's giving up some free base runners. Give up free base runners, and you also have a very high barrel percentage and hard hit percentage. You could be looking at a walk that with 2 outs, maybe a walk doesn't seem too harmful. Boom, 2-run home run, something like that certainly could happen. And he's likely to see a very talented Twins lineup. Now, the Twins have struggled the last few days, but they've also faced, some tough pitchers like Eric Petty and, Kyle Harrison. They haven't been great against lefties. But today they're going to see the righty. And you see in July, the Twins first in batting average, first in WRC plus, first righties. They're likely to stack some lefties in there. We'll probably see a combination of maybe Castro, Buxton, Larnick, Jeffers, Correa, their usual cast and crew. And they all hit really well against the 4-seam fastball, which is important because Birdsong goes the 4-seamer 50% of the time. So look, after going 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position yesterday, I'm confident the Twins get a couple more timely hits here today. And like I said, when you get back to the bullpens, yesterday the Giants used some of their better high leverage arms. The Twins really didn't. We talked about, Griffin Jacks. You had Duran. Neither of those guys were used. They used kind of some guys with like 5.5 ERAs. Twins 9th in bullpen ERA. When they get those high leverage arms, if we can maybe get a 3-2, 4-2 lead going into the 6th or 7th inning, I really like those high leverage arms to kind of lock things down. The Giants, on the other hand, 21st in bullpen ERA. So, like I said, I like the Twins starting pitcher with Woods Richardson a little bit more than Birdsong, and I like their bullpen a lot more if this game does come down to the wire, unlike yesterday. So I will ride with the Twins as my first pick today. Twins ML. Let's go, Twins. a big bounce back win. If you're a big trends guy, Twins have won 6 straight games after a loss. So maybe they're being good at bouncing back. We'll certainly see today. Go Twins. But Logan, you got a pick that I absolutely love today. Where are you headed? And I really like this one. I already spoiled it for the kids. Talk about this under.
Yeah, it is an under. It's not for the faint of heart. I'm taking the Rockies and Mets under 8.5, -118 odds on FanDuel is your best value. Now it's also 8 on some books. Would I play it at 8? Sure. You have push potential at 8. So if you want to lay a little less juice, I mean, I don't know where this line's going to end up. I'm very, very shocked to see this line not at 9.5. There's a ton of 9.5s on the books today. This one is the one that sticks out to me because after a 7-6 game yesterday, the total's down. It's down to 8 on some books. I really like this one. I'm putting on my line reading hat. I'm putting on my slightly contrarian hat, and I'm betting the under in this one. Also worth noting, whenever you're picking a total, check the weather, right? Because I was like, okay, are we getting like 15-mile-per-hour winds in? No, the wind seems to be blowing like sideways out to like left field. So it's like, it's not crazy wind either, making this total specifically low. Is there 2 aces on the mound? No, there's not 2 aces on the mound, but there's 2 starting pitchers that I think are sneaky better than their numbers might suggest. The first one's going to be Christian Scott starting for the Mets, 4.15 ERA and a 1.03 whip for Christian Scott. Christian Scott throws strikes and doesn't walk a lot of batters. 80th percentile on walk percentage. That's exactly what I want against this Rockies team because this is a Rockies team that struggles to be able to string together hits. Well, I mean, if you're walking guys, you're just giving them free base runners and free chances to get runs. Christian Scott, normally not a guy to walk a whole lot of batters, which is what I want to see. Also worth noting, Christian Scott is a 1.5 earned run line. I mean, obviously juice to the over, but he's consistently been giving the Mets close to quality starts. What's a quality start? 6 innings pitched, 3 runs or less. He's been hovering around that 6 innings pitched, 2 earned run mark. That's what I've been wanting to see from Christian Scott, and he's been able to do that for the Mets whenever he's in that starting position. I think if he's going to go out and absolutely shove today. And against righties with runners in scoring position, the Rockies are 26 in batting average this month, only hitting 186. Again, you got to challenge this Rockies team that really struggles offensively. You got to challenge them to get those timely hits. I think Christian Scott's going to do that today. I think he's going to shut them down. And on the other side, it's going to be Ryan Feltner starting for the Rockies. 5.29 ERA and a 1.43 whip for Ryan Feltner. Now, Ryan Feltner, not an ace. Not normally a guy I'm ever looking at in the slate saying, oh, let's take an under with Ryan Feltner. But if there's a spot to take it, it's going to be on the road because he struggles at Coors Field. I don't know why they thought he's a Coors Field type pitcher. He's not. 6.75 ERA at home. But he's on the road in this one where has a 4.24 ERA on the road. So slightly better at on the road than he is at home. And of course, pitching in Coors does him no favors. But he's quietly, if you're looking at game logs for Feltner, he's quietly had 3 solid starts. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run versus the Reds in his most recent start. Hell, I'll take that all day long. Please do that again. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run versus the Brewers. Again, another pretty solid start. I'd take that. And then 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 runs given up, but only 2 of them earned. Again, his defense did him no favors in that one against the Astros. So again, you're looking at these game logs, and I'm saying, I think Ryan Feltner is kind of maybe turning a corner. Now, is he going to go out and shut him out? Absolutely not. But he is rocking a 1.5 ERA in 2 July games. Again, the crazy thing about baseball is these bad pitchers, they're not bad every single start. They're not bad every single game and every single month of the year. Sometimes they do figure out something different. I mean, obviously what wasn't working on early in the year, Ryan Feltner's maybe doing something different and obviously having better results. If you look at this Mets offense, they're hitting 246 against righties in July, which, I mean, that's middle of the pack. That's okay. Feltner, it's worth noting, he has a 5.5 hits allowed line at plus money on the over, something he's went over in 4 out of the last 5. So maybe, the books are thinking he can limit the damage to 4 or 5 hits. I would take that all day long. He also has an earned run line at 2.5 with even odds on both sides. So again, I'm not seeing anything crazy, nothing like a 3.5 earned run line, something thinking that the books are going to project that he gets rocked. And I would gladly take 6 innings pitched, maybe 3 earned runs from Feltner. I would take that all day long and just move us to the bullpens. Do not get absolutely shelled 5 or 6 runs. We can't do that. But I think we're going to get to the bullpens in a pretty solid position. And then if you look at it in July, the Mets, 26th in batting average, 27th in WRC plus in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. They're struggling to get to bullpens. Now, why is that important? Because you look at the game yesterday, the Mets scored all their runs through 5 innings. I mean, the starting pitcher for the Rockies, absolute batting practice. Never would have taken an under with that guy. But the Rockies are 30th in bullpen ERA. Mets 20th in bullpen ERA. So the Rockies are dead last in bullpen ERA. The Mets are actually really struggling to get runs in the later portions of these games. So if they're not going to do crazy damage against the Rockies bullpen, I'm feeling pretty solid about an under in this one. If the bullpens, if you're looking at this line too, you got to remember the odds makers aren't idiots, right? They bake into the line these two bullpens that are worse than average. I think the under is the clear play in this one. I think if we get a solid 6 innings pitch from each starter, which is what their lines are projecting, they do. Each of their outs lines are 17.5. I think this game does go under. Don't know how it's going to go under, but I think it does go under. I really do like the under 8.5 as my best bet of the day. But Austin, you got one more. What's it going to be?
Yeah, like Logan touched on, I really, really like that under pick in Citi Field today. So hopefully that smacks. I know we've had some bad luck on some unders, which just means we're due some good luck. That's how it works. Now, our final pick of the day, I'm rocking a shirt for the Phillies, and I won't be backing them. Now, I'm not taking them to win or cover the run line, because if you took them yesterday like that, you got wrecked. Today, I'm just asking them to score a couple runs, and that's going to be in the first 5 innings, taking their first 5 team total over 2.5 runs, minus 125 on DraftKings. Now, like I said, yesterday, if you backed the Phillies in any way, you didn't do too well, as they obviously lost to the Athletics 6-2. And while they certainly could win here today, I'm not going to count against them. I do think they score some runs today, and I would back them on the money line or run line, but I don't really know much about the pitcher they're throwing out there. He's making his first start. I'd rather not trust their pitchers today, although you certainly can, because the Phillies are an MLB best, I believe, 24-8. Coming off a loss, just straight up. So they should win today, but hopefully it comes with the offense. Now we need them to score 3. Yesterday against Hogan Harris, they had plenty of opportunities. I mean, we're talking about Hogan Harris, only made it 3 innings, walked 6 guys. He was just walking guys. And I can't blame him when you got guys in there that I'm really not too afraid of, like, Wilson or Pache. And the lineup, man, I'd make those guys hit with runners in scoring position. Whereas, you think about all the stranded opportunities. Today, Mitch Spence, not a guy that really walks guys. He will put some pitches right over the middle of the plate. And hopefully the Phillies, a team that has been able to hit super well at home, super well just in general, and just really, really great over the past 2 seasons at Citizens Bank Park, confident they can get things going. Now, like I said, Mitch Spence will start here. He is a righty, and I like backing the Phillies a lot more against righties, because you typically see the lefties like Bryson Stott and Brandon Marsh in the lineup. Now, numbers alone, I just trust those guys more with runners in scoring position, and those are the guys that seem to come up. They're guys when you got 2 outs, guys on second and third, you need a timely hit. I feel like those guys are getting those hits, whereas the Paches of the world are not getting them. So I like backing them, especially against the righty. And you look at Spence, 4.29 ERA and a 1.26 whip. His numbers are all right. I mean, he's made 2 straight starts at home where he's been much better this season. His last 2 road starts, though, 4 earned runs to the Twins and 6 earned runs to the Angels. So has struggled on the road, and he's been struggling with runners in scoring position. Look at these numbers. Spence is allowing a 353 batting average with runners in scoring position, and it drops to 303 with 2 outs. Look, anything above 300 this far into the year is not very good. And so I think that we'll see some runners in scoring position here. Comes down to, can we get those timely hits? That's been the nature of Logan and I's season. We can't seem to get those timely hits pretty consistently all year long. Eventually that luck's going to change. And the Phillies have been a team that just knows how to get those hits, especially at home. And look at him. You look at Spence struggling more to lefties, still struggling in general. So it's not like righties are screwed against him. Trey Turner will get 2 bases today because that's how it works. But he's allowing a 275 batting average to lefties, 783 OPS. Look, I could realistically see a Bryce Harper home run. He's been struggling since returning from the IL. Wouldn't be shocked if he got 2+ bases today, maybe even hit a home run. Hopefully it's a 3-run blast in the first inning. Maybe here's a recipe. Kyle Schwarber walk, Trey Turner double to get second and third, Bryce Harper homer. Boom. That's 3 runs, first inning. We would love that. But like I said, I just think they're going to see plenty of pitches to hit today. Like Logan talked about, if Feltner had an earned runs line at 3.5, Logan's probably not on that under. But who has a 3.5 earned runs line? Mitch Spence. And it's not even juiced on the under. It's pretty much even value. So I think we're seeing some runs being scored here today against Mitch Spence. I think the Phillies show up. And like I said, they've been really good coming off a loss. I think their bats show up today. I'm just not backing them, backing their pitching today. I just think the bats are there. I think they get us 3 runs to the first 5 innings. So that's our third and final pick of the day. Phillies first 5 team total over 2.5. And you kind of see the picks at the bottom of the screen. Rockies-Mets under 8.5 and Twins money line. Just 3 picks today. No pitching props and things like that because we are, 2 days before the All-Star break. Things do seem to be a little bit wonky. I still trust the bats to be in the lineup, but for pitchers and taking their props, you just really never know what's going to go down. So those are 3 picks. Let's have a 3-0 day. Massive bounce back day. And we'll see you guys back on Sunday for the final day before the All-Star break. Spread the good vibes down below. We certainly need them. We need some good luck to come our way. And Austin Logan, we'll see you guys back again on Sunday with some more picks. See you then. Peace.